Much like the CRUNCHWRAP Supreme.
Oh God.
Oh man, this does feel weird. What's up, people? Welcome back to another exciting breakdown. Today we're going to be talking about a music video that I shot and directed for Deza. I've got 3 dogs in my house right now, so if you hear any like sniffing or munching and crunching and whatever dogs, the noises that dogs make. Jesus Christ. I'm actually pretty excited about this one. This was the first one that I reached out to an artist on my own and was like, hey, I really like your music. I'm a DP director based out of LA, and if you ever need any video stuff, let me know and I'd be happy to do it. And she reached back and she was like, yeah, I actually don't have any film friends per se and would love to collaborate. So we met up, got coffee. She sent me the EP that she was gonna be releasing soon, and I kind of just picked out 2 songs. I did a couple treatments for those 2 songs. And when I say treatments, I literally shot what I had imagined with Molly and just put Molly in where Deza would be, and sent them to her, and she was like, yes, I'm leaning towards this one, and it was the same one that I was leaning towards for a song called All My Systems Are Nervous. And so we shot it. We got together and we shot it here in this apartment with this exact... Sorry, I moved the light. It was getting kind of a glare over here. So yeah, let's go ahead and watch the... It's a really short music video. It's like under 2 minutes. But yeah, let's watch it and then break down the video afterwards.
All of my systems are nervous. All of my symptoms uncertain. Wonder if it's even worth it, a body that's working. All of my systems are nervous. Twisted and turning, thinking I might just deserve it, a body that's hurting. All of my systems are nervous.
Well, folks, first off, I hope you enjoyed the music video. Secondly, I recorded that first part like 2 months ago and just couldn't finish it. I was just in like not a great mental or not a great headspace, and in the middle of it I was like, I don't think I can keep doing it. And so I decided to just stop. I just stopped in the middle of it. I was like, I'm done. Packed it up, went home. This is my home, so I just packed it up and stayed here. Life has ebbs and flows and waves, and sometimes times are hard emotionally, and sometimes times are easier and great, and it's you kind of have to balance your life accordingly, and you kind of have to embrace the hard days. I'm not a therapist or a life coach. Oh my God. Anyways, finally I'm getting around to doing the breakdown video for the Deza music video. This last week has been really great and I'm really thankful for that. And yeah, I don't know. You kind of just gotta like put your head down and just accept the fact that you feel shitty and move on. Or wait it out, I guess. Not move on, but wait it out. I guess what I'm saying is, what the f am I saying? Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the music video that was just played. Let's get right on into the breakdown. And let's start by talking about the concept. So the concept for the music video, pretty simple in terms of like execution. It was just gonna be Bethany in front of literally these, I can't pan up right now, but right above me are paper backdrops that I installed above this little doorway or whatever that's called. And the whole thing was just Bethany in front of a black backdrop. We started with a dolly, ended with a dolly, and then everything else was locked off on a tripod. But yeah, so the setup was pretty simple, and the song's called All My Systems Are Nervous, so we kind of talked through this idea of what would it look like if we represented Deza's subconscious in this black void and that actual like nervous system breaking down. So getting that idea across was using a lot of overlays that I got on Storyblocks, film overlays and TV overlays and glitch overlays and a lot of overlays. There was a moment in the, but anyways, concept. Back to the concept. Also the hands. The hands were kind of like another representation of like emotions holding you back, and like when you're trying to like keep a straight mind and stay calm, there's all these things that are like kind of pulling you back and getting in your way and all that. So the hands were kind of that like representation of emotional extensions of the Deza character and physical representations of those emotional things. Yeah, so that pretty much that was the concept of like, what would it look like if a nervous system was actually breaking down, or how could we portray a nervous system breaking down within a music video? So the music video starts with Bethany kneeling down, looking down, almost as if she's kneeling down in front of this greater being or greater thing, like the fears and anxieties of life are in front of her and she's just kneeling down being like, this is a lot to deal with. And then we go into the music video and her nervous system starts breaking down. It's glitchy and there are film overlays and TV overlays getting in the way of the character's ability to function. So yeah, kind of the whole thing was this character is bottled up, fear, anxiety, all this stuff that people have to face, and especially like subconsciously have to face. Then she rises up above them at the end. The basic idea for the story was there's a character who is scared and anxious and unsure what to do, and then at the end finds the courage to stand up against her fears. Yeah, and that was the whole thing. It was really easy. It was a really short song. I think it was like under 2 minutes. Yeah, that was the concept, and I think we executed it, and I hope people got it. But yeah, let's move on to lighting. So what we did for the lighting was really simple. It was all top light coming down, which we used a Godox SL-60W, which is the only powerful light that I have. So I kind of just used that for everything. And then we had an APUTURE MC, this orange rim light or hair light catching the back of her head to add some interest and depth and like that. Another lighting setup we had was 2 APUTURE MCs on Apple boxes. This is just gonna be changing colors on a loop. That shot of Deza in the dark where the colors are changing and whatnot, and she's looking directly at the camera. And there was one point that we had like 2 APUTURE MCs on a C-Stand and we were spinning it around for that last windy, crazy shot. But once I dropped it into Premiere, I didn't notice it at all. So Jimmy, I'm sorry that I had you drive all the way out here just to do that, and you can't even tell. We shot it on a Blackmagic URSA Mini Pro with a 28mm Zeiss ZE lens And that was it for pretty much the entire video. There was a section where it's the same like angled shot of Deza's face, but it cuts like 12 times. We actually shot it on a Canon C100, a Canon 7D, and the Ursa Mini, and with different 28mm lenses. I think we used a 28mm FD and the Zeiss 28mm. Then we put like cellophane in front of some of the shots. Got this like cool orange glimmering glow because of the rim light, which was cool. You can really only see it for like 1/8 of a second, but it's a cool. It looked really cool when we shot it, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. We used the Dana Dolly for the opening shot and the closing shot. My buddy Kevin, who was doing BTS and pulling focus, he was pulling focus on a Tilta Nucleus M. We had this big orange industrial fan blowing Deza's hair at the very end. Yeah, we packed a bunch of in here. It was a fun shoot. I was surprised at how much in here. Also, my dog May was crammed in here the whole shoot, and she was great. I honestly don't remember if we put her in our bedroom or she was just out here. We must have put her in the bedroom or something. I don't know. So a lot of the times we shoot something and she just hangs out on the couch. Like right now, come on. She'll just hang out. She'll just hang out and not really bother anybody or do anything, and she's kind of just living life, and we're like, hey May, live your life, dude. This is your decision, your choice, your life. Anyways, back to it. But yeah, moving on to the last thing I'm going to talk about, which is things I would have changed. So first off, the concept originally, at least what I immediately thought of in my head, was having this like smoke cloud in this empty void, kind of similar to like the empty void Stranger Things, where there's like water on the ground and you can see the reflections and like that. And it's this huge room, and there's this cloud, this like monster cloud, kind of like the Lost monster cloud, that would be representative of fear, anxiety, all these different emotions that we have to deal with. And she would end up standing up to that thing by the end of the video and maybe like destroying it with like she takes control. This thing kind of like gets obliterated in the process of it. I don't know. But how do I do that? So I was like, what could be easier and simpler, but still have like the same kind of concept based around it? So what you saw is what we ended up doing. But I think what I would have changed was, one, I wish I reached out to some VFX people to see if we could actually do the smoke monster idea. I kind of just wrote it off as this is going to be too much money and too much time and too hard to do. And I was like, no, we're not going to do it. But I kind of wish what's the harm in finding out how much it would be? Is it even doable? What would it look like? What's the concept? Blah, 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 blah. Two, there was a concept at the beginning where it was just one shot, pushing in, wrapping around, pulling out, ending. Looking back on it, I wish we blended those two ideas and used a gimbal shot with all the other locked off shots and during that sequence with the hands. But yeah, we shot that all here in this apartment. That was one of the benefits of doing it here, is the control that you have being in your house or your apartment is really nice. It's like you're in a very controlled environment where you know the barriers and the parameters of the place, so you can kind of plan accordingly, which is nice when you shoot stuff in your apartment. But yeah, let me know if there's anything I missed or anything you'd like to hear about. As always, shout out to my boy Juan Cato. And until next time, guys, sorry this took so long to do, but again, no one's watching this.